What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the G Goon Show. Hope everyone's having a good day. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I'm your host, Jeremy. This episode is brought to you by my boy Craig Fleming at Fleming's Cleaning. If you're in the San Antonio area, please use code word GY13 for 10% off your next residential or commercial property. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook at the G Goons. Go ahead and subscribe to the Spotify channel if you like to listen to podcasts on the road. Please like, comment, and share this content, okay? That's the only way we're going to get this channel to grow. We're almost at 200, okay? So please go ahead and share and subscribe to this channel. This next series in August is about everyone that is in the Afghanistan pull-up, okay? Whether this was their first deployment or their fourth deployment, all right? I have a guest on that. It was his fourth deployment, and the Afghanistan pull-up was only 30 days, okay? So it's a significant event in history, and whether it's from the lowest private all the way up, I really appreciate those who came on and talked about the pullout or the evacuation, however you want to talk about it, because it was a very significant moment in history. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, brother? How are you?
Surviving, man. I'm great. I'm doing fantastic. It's a good hot weather here in Indianapolis. Is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I really appreciate you doing this, dude. I know I met you through LaPointe, and I know it's kind of weird, right? Like we're connecting with each other, but I think we're all kind of like we don't understand each other's stuff, you know.
No, most definitely, man. LaPointe is he's my man. He was a previous squad leader when I was just a young private, and I love him, man. He showed me a lot. He did a lot, and when he mentioned about this that you're doing, I was like, hell yeah, more than welcome, man. I'm here to help.
Yeah, you're still active duty, right?
That's correct. Yes, I am active duty still.
Okay, cool. Yeah. When did you first get in?
I got in 2009, August 5th. I was just chilling. I lived in New York City, and I was just walking by Washington Bridge. Everybody that's from New York City will know this. And I saw this recruiting office. I'm gonna tell you this. I knew military stuff. Like I knew what was the military, the army, but I didn't know military. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just look at this poster about it was an airborne guy and whatever, and I see some special forces doing some 4-wheel stuff. I was like, yo, what is this? And I never forget this guy, Staff Sergeant Flores. That was my recruiter. He's like, hey, you seem kind of like interested in this, and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell is this. And he put me into it. I passed the first test. It's like, hey, you want to come to tomorrow to this place? And I'm like, what is this about? I talked to my dad about it and everything. It was kind of weird. Like, long story short, is like, I remember I went, took a test. Week after, I went to MEPS. I passed that test, and the third week, I remember he's like, "Hey, you live in August," and I'm like, "What the hell?" It was in April when I did all that, 2009.
So this 2009. So like, did you like you were 18 years old, or how old were you?
I was I was 19, turning 20 that year. So
And
go
go ahead.
ahead.
What drew you to like join the military? Like you were like, hey, I just want to get out of New York, or what?
So most of us, of course, infantry, they don't have a really good relationship, parents and whatnot. So that was my case. I'm an extrovert, and I'm very out there. I don't like to just like sit down and not do anything. And my dad was all about like, oh, I gotta protect you. You're in New York City, this and this and that. And I'm like, man, I want to do more stuff. Like I cannot just sit down in my apartment, you know. And once I met that recruiter and I saw this poster and he told me about it, he sold me a straight up SF contract. But I was more into like, let me just relax, let me chill out, what you can offer me. And I remember there was another infantry dude in that same recruiting. It was like, hey, I'm infantry. I'm gonna tell you this: you can rank up fast. This can happen to you, and you will have more benefit. You can help your mom. You can help your sister. You can. At the time, my mom and my sister were like the more closest thing to me, and I said like, just go infantry, man. You're gonna do better in there because he saw my energy. And he's like,
Yeah, your ambition.
Like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. And I jumped in, man, and again, I was blinded, man, completely blinded. Again, I knew military because of movies and stuff like that, but I didn't know what the hell I was going to.
Yeah, no, I was the same way, man. I joined in like 2012, and dude, I thought everything was like fucking Black Hawk Down and shit. And then I got to
exactly.
I got into the army
Oh,
and I was like, oh, this is
yeah.
completely nothing like it. So, did you try to do any other branch or anything like that, or no?
So yes and no. I still having my mentality that I want to go to ranger school, but at the same time, it's like having three kids in my family is like I have to make sure that this part of my life is like set before I start doing more stuff for myself, because I'm in the last 8 years of my military career, 8 7 years,
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is family time. This is like whatever they want to do, I'm going for it, because me, I'm already, you know what I'm saying, like I've still got the energy to keep going and like till the army allow me to, but at the
yeah.
same time, it's like I want to make sure that they're correct.
Did how was basic training for you, man?
Shit. Can I curse here?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me put it like this. It was it was a very weird roller coaster. I'm not I want to say I enjoy it. I enjoyed it the whole entire time, because to me it was a culture shock to understand that somebody's getting paid to yell at more people.
Yeah,
you know, and of course seeing the whole diversity of the United States that can bring to the basic training was a moment. I was like, what the hell? And at the time, my English was terrible. You think I speak bad right now, brother? When I was in basic training, man, everybody, including I remember this Drew Sergeant, his name is Drew Sergeant Carr. He told me one time, because my last name completely is Tejada. A lot of
yeah.
people, when they see my ID card, because I don't have it in my name because it's too long, it's like 16 letters. He saw my ID card one time. It's like, what the hell is going on with you? What the fuck is this? And I was like, what do you mean, sir? What is your last name? And I tell him, it's Tejada Brito. I'm from Dominican Republic, and I was trying to explain it myself. And he's like, your name should be now one of those Taco Bell freaking menu. Yo, let me get a Tejada Brito. Yo,
That's fucked.
kill me.
That's fucked
He
up.
killed me. Back then, those jokes didn't really matter. And plus, I'm very
Yeah.
open-minded person. I can read somebody when they say something malignantly, or if you can say that,
Right.
when you know what I'm saying, with bad intention. And I was like, he was just laughing, I was laughing, everybody was laughing. We just cracking jokes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. It was amazing. Basically, it was great, man. I never had a bad time, including throughout the talk. We're gonna talk about this, but I got a break in service, and when I was trying to go back in, I was like, "Can I go back to basic training?" There's like, "Nah, you have to wait like 6 years, all that jazz." But let's continue little by little, so we can talk about all
Uh
that.
yeah, so you went through basic training, infantry school. Like, what
Mhm.
did you think about what were they telling y'all at infantry school, man? Like, cuz we're still like we're like getting to the end of Iraq, you know what I mean? And Afghanistan's still kind of being Afghanistan, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So when I joined in 2009, Iraq was yes at the end, because remember the Operation Iraqi Freedom was still happening,
Yeah.
and they were just telling us like, "Yo, you guys gotta get ready. You guys gotta have your mindset, prepare your wills, prepare your stuff." And I'm like 19. I'm like, "What the hell is a will? What is all of this?"
Yeah.
And I remember there's times like, "Yo, listen, you guys gotta be fit. You guys gotta be prepared. You guys gonna see things that you never seen before." Again, and mind you, I'm in my head, I'm like blank, and I'm like, "What is he talking about?" But again, I did
Right.
understand, and I did knew all of this was happening, but I was not still fully set. I'm like, "Where am I going to?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm ready. Like I'm like very trying to like get my mindset, like trying to be focused on everything that's going on right now. But they were all fully like telling us, but not really telling us that like, yo, some of you might die, which it did happen, unfortunately. But some of you is gonna, you guys gonna go through really bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did you have kids or anything right away or no?
No, 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 no.
So
My first
you're still fresh, right? Like still
Yeah,
like
I'm still like young cat, you know what I'm saying? Everything that moves is like he's getting late. I'm just kidding. Everything I was moving around like yo, you right there, yeah, you right there. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, no, everything was it was pretty brand new for me. It was pretty brand new still.
Yeah, and you joined active duty, right? Right away.
Yeah, right away, active duty.
Okay, so what orders did you get uh after the end of the tenure of the basic training? Like, where'd you
Oh,
go?
dude, those 22 weeks was rough. As soon as I got my first duty station was third ID, where Silent Point was. Shout out
Oh,
to Silent Point, much love. Um, was third ID. I got there, and not gonna lie to you, like 3 months later, hey, you guys going to Roma, Iraq? I was like,
oh, damn, dude.
mind you, my dad knew that I left, but he didn't know where was I at all whatsoever. And I
Yeah,
called my dad. I was like, By the way, that yeah, I'm in the army. Well, because she thought, because I had a at that time I had this girlfriend that she lived in Connecticut, and he thought I was with that lady at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, fam. I'm like, I'm gone. I'm in Georgia.
Hey, there's a big population of Dominican Republic people in Connecticut, huh?
Dude, in New York City, yeah, we're
Yeah,
all so
yeah,
that's one of the things. Because one of the things, that a little break right here in Dominican Republic thinks that New York is like the main United States. That's a really misconception that we have over there, because everybody that goes to the Dominican Republic, mainly from the capital and the center of the island, they all live either in New York City, Miami, or Connecticut or Boston. That area is us right there because of the the climate, and like I don't know, it's popularity. That's what it is. And
yeah,
yeah, we stay in the East Coast over there.
yeah, man. You're like now that you mentioned Connecticut, I could have sworn I knew somebody that was in Connecticut, but
Oh, there's a
dude, there's a
we're
bunch of them though. Yeah.
yeah, there's a bunch of
um.
them. There's a lot of people over there, Dominicans.
So third ID, you get there at what
Mhm.
time frame? What time frame of the year
So remember November
of
20th,
nine?
November 20th, I got out of basic training, because I went basic training August 5th. I graduated in November, sometime in November. I was like, should I take leave now or should I wait after, so I can accumulate that leave, go settle myself in the barracks and whatnot. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I went to the November time frame, and I remember by February, March frame, I was like, you guys going to wreck.
Dang, man. So you get there around the end of November-ish time frame. What did you hear about the third ID?
Dogface soldiers, that's what I knew, bro. The dogface soldier, I wouldn't give a bean to be a fancy pants marine, all that shit. No, I didn't. Again, is I do remember they say like they would not. They were going live, because I remember having Bradleys and whatnot, and I thought like, damn, I'm gonna be driving this tank or whatever, because I just again, a brand new private, brand new everything. I was like, what am I gonna do, So I remember they said we're gonna go live, so I went to 315. Now it's dismantled because situation happened. But I was going to 15, and the first thing that I remember was I went to Scout 15, because my PT was really good when I got out of basic training. Mainly the cardio part. That's what they like the most. So I
Yeah,
was like, we need more people with good cardio so we can like train and whatnot, because you know how it is. I don't know. You mentioned you were a medic, correct?
I was a medic. Yeah.
Okay, that's a fantastic. I don't know if you hear when people go to scouts, the first thing is like, oh, you're gonna go through all these schools, you're gonna be
Oh
doing all
yeah.
this,
You guys get like the first dibs on schools
Oh,
and
dude,
stuff.
right away.
Yeah.
Supposed to. But this is the thing. This is the thing. So I got to Scout. I remember Sergeant Burns. It was at a time, if I'm not mistaken. He's super retired. He retired like 2 years afterwards. That was like 14, 15 years ago. And I remember the first thing he said, like, yeah, I'm gonna guys send you to like to Arch Lake. You guys gonna go to freaking Ranger School. And I'm like, yo, let me get all that, because I'm all about adrenaline. I'm all about freaking energy, right? And scouts, competition after competition after competition, fighting, and I trying to get the best out of us to see who's gonna stay. One thing that killed me, remember that we were doing this Ranger PT test, is the I don't know how to say it in English, but it's like staying in the water, like floating with
Oh,
just
treading.
treading. Yeah, but just with the legs. I can tread, but not without my hands. And that killed me. It was like, nah, fam, you out. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean? I grew up in the ocean, like literally, my dad popped me out in the ocean and whatnot. But I'm a really strong swimmer, but at the time my treading was terrible. Was like just feet. It was bad. So they're like, nah, fam.
Uh-huh.
So they sent me to Alpha Company. That's when uh I met all my people. That was my first batch of privates that I was like, I grew up with those guys. Some of
Yeah.
them some of them perished. Some of them that still active. Some of them that they got out. But I'm very happy that I grew up in that place, because it showed me a lot. The third eye 315. What is that first batch of like unknown, and the first batch of like people that that first batch of all private together. They got, because we all have the same mindset of like, okay, we're not Bradleys now. We're infantry light. What's going on with all of us? So we all got in the same mindset. Sometimes some MOSs, and including infantry, get into the first duty station, and people know what is the mission already. But us, we were like, we dismantle these people. You guys going to lie? No
Yeah.
more rallies, no more. Which I was like, what the hell? So we all trying to like stay together to try to understand what the hell we were gonna know. we're gonna
Yeah.
do next.
Damn. So you try to go to the scouts as soon as you get there, huh? And then they
Yeah,
move
no, I
you
got
over.
picked right away. You like because I do remember Sarmayo sold the first three packets of like new soldiers, and we were like 285 and above PT score. I was out of the basic training, and that was like the all a PT test.
Yeah.
And the summer is like all three of you going to scouts, and that's when everything started happening. And my PT even got better over there. I was like really strong runner, which I didn't know that I was a strong runner until I went to basic training. But they like it. They like it. And I was like, let's get it popping.
What do you? So like you miss NTC and everything because you guys are going to Iraq or
Yeah.
whatever training y'all do. What are you? How is your platoon getting you in the mindset of this? Like
It
why?
was I'll tell you what, it was all mentality. It was like you are going to face it. That's it. Like there's nothing that you can do about it. Yeah, tell your mom, to your dad that you're gonna go to freaking Iraq. Let's get it. Because back then they prepare you, but they don't really tell you everything. That was like you're a soldier now. Whatever we say, you're gonna do. That's it. So that was the mindset I had before, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm telling you. The soldiers that I had around me, all the privates and everybody was like, "Shit, we doing it," and we're trying to like stay together. Like let's keep ourselves, physically fit. Let's keep ourselves like our
Yeah.
diet change it. Like trying to like understand that this is gonna happen, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
We're gonna go. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
4 months after I got there, it's like
Dude,
that's it.
that's nothing.
That's
Yeah.
nothing. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. That's the same thing with me. I deployed to Afghanistan like right after AIT. I was the same way
Mm.
like you, man. It was like maybe 3 or 4 months, dude. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's funny too because I think my unit they deployed to Iraq around the same exact time that you did, and usually first AD is always like weirdly attached to third ID for some reason, dude.
So I remember when we got there, 101 was over there. Campbell,
Yeah,
Streaming
you didn't
Eagle.
see
No,
you
we
didn't
were
see the
there.
Dorito anywhere.
As a matter of fact, I did the
Yeah,
all I
yeah,
yeah. As a matter of fact, they were there too. But I do
yeah,
remember the one exactly that we replaced was 101 because I do remember because I was seeing all those Screaming Eagles all over the place. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
yeah.
'Cause they were
That's ironic, dude. Because my a lot of my friends they deployed to that Iraq deployment with y'all.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Mm.
So what? So you guys get to go to Kuwait first, right, or something, or what?
Oh, dude, no. Before all of that, we had to like finish the training. So NTC was right away. So we did. I remember we did
So it
platoon
was like a rapid
squatting
deployment, or what?
before. So I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember we did team, we did individual, team, squad, platoon, and company back to back in within a month and a half. It was like
Damn,
in the
sucks.
field because we already they already scheduled our time frame in the NTC. So we had to go to NTC afterward right away. So everything happened in like 3 months before deployment.
Yeah, right.
All those training plus deployment because we had a new batch of private, including myself in there. So all of that to ensure that our unit was like set to deploy, and all that shit happened like within 3 months. And I was like, damn. And then we went to straight to Kuwait first of all, because so the in processing and all that jazz.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
and then you guys. So do you have any like intel during that time, right? Because you're like PNN, private news network. Freaking
Yeah.
like what are they talking about? Like Ramadi.
So I remember the main talk about is like at the time Bin Laden was still alive. He's like, oh, still have the Taliban, still have him over there. He's still sending mission so they can kill Americans. Oh, I do remember a big one was like they were capturing Americans and bringing it to him because they were paying a lot of money for Americans. I remember a soldier would have cost like $100,000 at the time.
Damn.
And yeah, it was like they were paying a lot of money apparently. That was all the talk that we had around. Oh, we had to like keep ourselves in the swivel and ensure that we don't mess around because it was big. It was big, man. And that was all that happened. And Kuwait, we in process and went straight to Iraq. We went to Taji. I want to say,
Hmm.
what is the other? No, not Taji. What is the other one? Al Asad. Is that I
Uh,
remember Taji is one of the big bases that we go to like
yeah.
to get out or situated, and there's another one. I want to say Al Assad with you remember there was a Burger Well, you went to Afghanistan, that's correct, right?
Yeah. I didn't go to Iraq. Yeah. So I'm
I'm
not
pretty
too
sure
sure.
it was Al Assad. That's where we get all the I want to say it was Al Assad because it's one of the biggest one, and that's where we get all the the plates for like the combat plates and all that jazz. I want to say it was that one. I
Yeah.
cannot recall properly right now. But we went there. We in process. We got all the equipment that we needed for deployment, brand new everything. A full combat uniform and everything. And then we went straight to Ramadi. I remember we
Damn.
stopped in Ramadi.
So y'all fly in from Kuwait to whatever that's at, and then
Well,
you what do
aside, yeah,
you convoy over to Ramadi or what?
helicopter. I remember we helicopter. If I'm not mistaken, we helicopter to Ramadi, because I do remember we dip out in a helicopter from Ramadi to Al Assad to come back to the United States.
Right. Damn. And how? What's it like, man? Like when you get there,
So
like how?
Ramadi was it was pretty dope. So that base, it was not. It was well. I would say pretty dope. No, you don't want to be there. What I'm saying about pretty dope is like it was a situation where we had there were workers there. They all the locals. We hired the locals. They do our laundry. We
Yeah.
have PX. We had pretty much everything in there. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it
How
was
big
like
is Ramadi? How big is the base? Let's paint the picture for people, like football field type stuff.
what is the smallest baseball stadium?
Oh,
Chicago.
okay, we're going baseball.
What is the smallest baseball stadium?
So it would be as big as that, huh?
Yeah, a little bigger than that because
Like like
so
like
the
two
area
minor
that
leagues.
we live in, was as big as Yankee Stadium one. It is the biggest Yankee Stadium one. But aside from that, we have places where you go put the trash out. We have the burn pit, when you go to shit and all of that. That you put fucking all that shit. And we also have a training area that is like is detached, but still like part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the living area was that, and we live in this. This building was like a high school, so we had like an area was the living quarters. Then we had the motor pool on one side. We have the DFAB. We have a little building right there. They had like really
Yeah.
good hall, and I remember they used to have like salsa nights, the Latino night, and all that. Like it was good in a sense. Like they're trying to have everything needed for somebody that was gonna, what I'm saying? Because we're gonna
So
be there
morale boosting and
for
all that
morale
stuff.
booster, yes. So we had everything, but it was like super small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, of course, you still gotta do training and all that. And it was like as mentioned, um, it was like a baseball stadium. I would say like all around was like I won't say like a half a mile all around, but as there was more things around that you can do like a full PT test and everything. It was decent. It was decent.
Yeah.
There was like shit little gates that you can go out to detach yourself to go somewhere else, and it was pretty dope. But I want to say it's like a big ass baseball stadium with detachments.
Yeah. Man, the army worried about fucking PT test, man.
Oh,
Like
dude, swear, man. Like as soon as I got there, I want to say like 2 months after or a month into it. Oh, everybody got to do PT. Everybody do PT in the morning. I'm like, yo, we in deployment, brother. Like,
yeah.
you want me to do PT so I can go to a mission all time? Like, get shot? Nah, man. But it is what it is. We had to do what we had to do.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing, man? Like you guys going on patrols or you doing guard
So
or
yeah, so there was a lot of patrolling. There was a lot of like show of force and all of that because the Taliban was big on that area. But I remember myself and my first squad, which is consists of like Sergeant Vieira. He's in Fort Polk now. He's doing OCTs as well as me. Um, we had like a whole squad, and we were doing STT security. Is this security team for this BIP? Remember, is Lieutenant Colonel Gambriel. I don't know where he is right now. He's super retired too because he was like 25 years in the army at that time. But we had to do like a security team for him. It's like guardian angel. So anytime that he wanted to like talk to the Iraqi police or the Iraqi military, we go to him and we are his security pretty much. And we did a lot of those. We did like a good 2-3 months of that, and that was just one squad because we were like a special mission. But the other squad, they were like going to patrols again, show force, moving things from one side to one other side. There was a lot of to what's it called when you have humanitarian mission that you grab rice and food and bring it to the locals. It's pretty cool. Like I want to say the danger was there, but you had to know where to go. And mind you, Ramadi was the most scary city in Iraq at the beginning. I'm talking about 2004, 2003.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to go to Ramadi. But 2009, 2010, they were pretty more understandable that we are there and they better relax. So there was a couple of times that I went to the Iraqi police, and they were very, very content that we were there. They were very touchy with us in the sense of like, thank you guys for what you're doing. And then they start doing like, oh, by the way, since you're here, can we get supplies? Can we get this? Can we get that? Can we get that? And they start acting too much. And then the lieutenant colonel is like, nah, fam, you guys doing too much. Because we used to give him a lot of supplies, but the big guy used to take him and like do all that. And I'm like, just take him for himself and start
Yeah.
selling him.
And you know, like you said, Ramadi was pretty hot early on the war, and it was like now we moved over from like the small arms fired like to IEDs and stuff.
Yeah, yes, that's another thing. I do remember there was one of the my first scary moment was the we used to go through this bridge. We went to Fallujah a lot. Fallujah was hot too at the time. Well, even when I was there, it was pretty hot with IDs. The Iraqi police department was going through Fallujah, and there was this bridge that we took every single day to go talk to them to ensure they're doing great things, to give them some, help them out, the Iraqi police. And one time we went, came back, and next day when we went over, the bridge was completely gone.
Right.
It was like blown the hell up, and I was like, "Yo, that could be that was like at any moment,
Yeah.
at any
So
moment."
were you guys? I mean, we've developed a lot in the war, so like the tactics
Yes,
are different. You guys are being very cautious, right? You're using like
yes.
what are y'all driving around?
Well, we had at the time is the MRAPs. You remember the big school
Yeah.
bus that we had those that they're not here no more. But that's what we had. We had a lot of MRAPs. That's and with Mount Rollers too. We had those. But the Mount Rollers we use them more for what like more urban side of missions. But when we at that moment that I was in the security team, we were just doing a lot of MRAPs and like every time we
Yeah.
stop, the 5Cs of mine and all that.
Would they try to
And
test you guys or no?
no, because well, I want after we finished with the security team, yes, they did test us. We had a brand new platoon sergeant, and he took us out to the urban areas, and he's put us out there. But it was very secure area that he took us out there, and of course with the popular and everything. So he wanted to see how we react around then and all that. And he necessarily didn't want to test us. He wanted us to see our surrounding. And
Yeah.
at the same time, we saw people that was trying to come close to us. We had to like put security, stop and grab the turbulate, tell it to stop. We doing this,
Yeah.
and but yeah, definitely.
I
We
mean, did the what is it? The Taliban out there right now at this point,
yeah,
or
at the
no?
moment it was the Taliban, the big
Yeah,
one.
they weren't like coming after you guys besides like IEDs or no?
No, so the Taliban at the time they were more into like IDs, and I do remember we have a lot of mortar attacks. They used to send a lot of those, and what else? What else? They used to send locals like to like see what the hell's going on. Of course, we got CID and all the S2s people, the security and the intel people. They knew like when something was off, and they were able to detect pretty well
Right,
things.
right.
Then, but we didn't. Besides mortar attacks and IDs, it's really small, like drive-bys to the gates. Really small
Yeah.
people come do 1 or 2 drive-bys, and that pretty much that's the biggest things, man.
So how do you feel being a young private Tejada, and like
And
is it what you imagined being an infantry guy would be like?
no, not at all. It wasn't what I imagined. What I thought at the moment was like, I just want to get the hell out of here in peace. That's all I wanted to.
Right,
My
right.
head was very, very trying to still learn army, because I'm gonna tell you, once I got there, my team leader at the time, Corporal Vieira, he's a San Francisco Vieira now.
Yeah,
He had a lot of issues with me because we were in a war, and I was still trying to learn all my young private moments of like
yeah.
what is freaking I don't know, the
Like 10
firefighter
level
quarters,
tasking.
what is like what I'm saying, just little private shit. And I'm like, I gotta learn these things. This is my life right here in the line. Because we didn't have no moments, and when I was before Iraq, we didn't have no moments to actually like besides know how to shoot my weapon and the compositions of my weapon, I didn't know nothing else.
Yeah, some like basic. You're looking for like basic 10 level army stuff, right?
Yeah, all that little stuff.
Yeah. So how long was this deployment for you? 9 months or what was it?
So we did a whole year. We did a whole year.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Shit.
did
I didn't know. I didn't know they were still doing years like that, dude.
yeah, back
Around
then
that
in
time.
2000, yeah. So Afghanistan was still 9 months, but for Iraq moments was still the whole year because Iraq slowed down. Afghanistan was picking up at that moment.
Yeah.
And Afghanistan
Big
didn't,
time.
yeah, Afghanistan didn't slow down till like now. I want to say like 6 years ago. That's when it
Yeah.
started slowing down. 6, 7 years ago.
Oh
That's when it
shit.
started slowing down.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you're coming to the end of, let's say, your first deployment to Iraq, man. Like, how are you feeling? Because like, how long was your first enlistment too? You know what I'm saying?
So it was 3 years. My first enlistment was 3 years, and coming down from the deployment, it was very. I was very happy because at the time I met my wife now, and I was very lovey dovey all that. Like, yo, I cannot wait to go back to see my wife, whatever, like everything else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because we stopped mission, like bad mission, like very aggressive mission. We stopped it like 5 months prior.
Mm-hmm.
When I told you about aggressive mission, wasn't like it was aggressive, but at the same time was like weird because we have, oh, this UAV got shot down, we gotta go pick it up. And I'm like, I hope they're like a platoon of people, like we're gonna at night, like it was like I remember it was like 11, 12 at night, like we gotta go pick this UAV because we got very important shit. I'm like, yo, we might get into some shit. Another one was we went from Ramadi to, there's another camp close by, I forgot the name, man. Somebody watching this, please remind me. There was a really there was a couple of camps around the area, and butt wire got wrapped into the Embraer tires, and we got out in the highway of Iraq. It was like 2, 3. I'm telling you, the traffic was packed, and I had to go outside and put security, and everybody just running around like, yo, just a vivid can just happen right now, man.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit fucking ready. Another one was what was another one? Oh, we had to go to this place because we were doing some training, some N249 trainings, and a desert storm came by, and everybody was in the high alert because a lot of things can happen. All the Taliban, that's their main things. Like they love to do things in really bad. Well, not the Taliban, but the area that we were in, they take advantage of the little things so they can take advantage. Like they take things from us as much as they want to. But yeah, there was a lot of this. There was like a lot of
Yeah.
little missions like that is like
Yeah.
not necessarily bad, but it was like in a high alert moment.
Yeah. Did so since you're already coming, like, okay, since you did a very short first contract, dude, and that first deployment took up most of it,
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
coming back to the garrison life, what was it like for you?
Terrible. Terrible. Yeah, it was completely terrible because I wanted to do so much, but I didn't know where to start from. Like where to start. The main thing that I had in my mind was take leave to go see my wife at the time. But I didn't know how to react in the sense of like, dude, I had so I call it, I don't want to call it PTSD, but I have this problem where I hear the iPhone alarm and I will be wired. I can be the sleepiest, or I can be like dead in my dreams, and I hear that, it will wake me the hell up because that was
Yeah.
the alarm that I have throughout Iraq. And I do remember it was like I cannot hear the alarm at all whatsoever. And it took me, even now I hear it doesn't bother me as much, but I still get the anxiety,
Yeah.
but it was those things of like the adjustment was crazy
Yeah,
coming.
like they're like little trigger points and stuff like that.
It was everything. A lot of things will trigger me at the moment. Uh, Hearing the freaking Embraer turn on will trigger me. Just like trying to like walking in glass to not like bother people and whatnot. That was me for the first, I want to say, 2-3 months, and then I was able to like actually
Yeah.
take leave, and I saw my wife, and I got calm. My girl at the time, of course. I calmed down a lot, and it was I got better, but I was like more like trying to get into myself. I was trying to like help myself
Yeah.
to do that.
Did you have aspirations to stay in still, or?
So yes, let me tell you this. I did want to stay in. I did want to finish more. I wanted to do the 20 years as soon as I joined in, because after I came in and then after Iraq, we started doing more training in the sense of like
We're going back.
with, yeah, like more dope things to do, like actually going setting up our own training. So the scouts at that time, they had a lot of training with aerosol training and the Chinooks training and all of that. And I started seeing all of these things. I liked them more. People like my morale started boosting up, and I was like, you see, this is what I want to do. I want to do more things like this. I was actually wanted to do aerosol school at that moment and everything, and everything got better. Everything got better. I started doing that. We did an EIB training, and I saw how everything works, like all the things that I can learn have and all that jazz. That I'm talking about in the private mindset. In my private mindset, I started seeing all this, and I'm like, this is even better. This is what I wanted, because now I'm experiencing military training and military throughout the year without the necessity of like having in my mindset of like I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna go Iraq, somebody, I'm gonna fucking die, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm more my mindset is relaxed. I can do training. I'm trying like that's then after this point. That's when Silent Point came to the third ID, and I met Silent Point. He was the craziest motherfucker. I love him, but he was putting a lot of training because he wasn't another squad. But I used to love to see like, yo, what they doing? They vibing. I like that shit. But he was like, he was mean. He was not mean. He was very NCO, but at the same time, he wanted you to understand that what he's doing is for your own good. I had a sergeant first class. Well, he at the time he was an E5. Robertson. He was a really good friend with Sergeant Point too. He was the same mindset that like he was trying to teach us and trying to let us know, hey, you should go airborne. Hey, you should do this. He was very intelligent in the schoolings of the military. But the thing that killed me was there was this E5 Siren Rand. I don't know if he's gonna see this. I don't give a fuck. Anyways, at the end of the day, I loved him because I was able to understand. But as a young private, I didn't understand what the hell was going on. He looked like he got something against me. I don't know, but at the same time, I just I couldn't read him. That's the problem.
Right,
I
right,
couldn't read
right.
him at all, and he killed military for me at that point. But there was a lot of people around me that was like still like, yo, you still try, man, you're still good, blah blah. You get your physical fitness is amazing, this and that. I was like, man, I just want to go back. My
Do you
wife,
why do you
my
feel like you kind of struggle? Is it because like I know you mentioned earlier like your English was worse back then. Do you feel like the
yeah.
language barrier kind of thing kind of screwed you up?
So not only that, it I want to say that got to be a big part, but at the same time, it's like I was trying my best to like do a training, and if I didn't understand, I used to ask a lot of questions because my English was terrible. I was to be like on top of people like, yo, what is this? Why we do this and blah blah blah. And I used to ask a lot, and they, I mean, that's something in the military that everybody hates. Like, yo, I told you to do this, you do it, and they're quiet. Right?
Yeah,
That's infantry.
yeah,
And me, I was like, I get it, I gotta do it, but can you explain me why am I doing it and what's the purpose? And all those questions, but not in this vocabulary, more of like, why am I doing this? What should I do? When do I do
yeah.
this? You know what I'm saying? Like private, like little kids.
Well, that's leadership though. That's
Yeah, yeah,
leadership. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So at the same time, and I knew he was in the verge of getting out of the military too. So I'm sure he didn't give a fuck as much either. But yeah, that killed my military. And then my girl at the time, my wife, I married her as soon as I came back from Iraq. Um, yeah, I was like, nah, I'm going home.
So what year was that when you took a break in service, dude?
2012.
Oh, okay, man, that's when I got in. So
Yeah.
how was the break in service time?
Oh my God, if I tell you, brother, when I'm telling you that my mentality of like going to a workforce that is not military, it was like, okay, I'm introduce myself, my mentality, my strong will of like doing things. Don't get me wrong, me to go up level. So my first one of my job that I did the best in outside the military, because I jumped out of things because I needed to find a job right away, because I need, my girl's here. I'm not in the military no more. I'm gonna bring out of paychecks, right? So I
Yeah.
had to find a job, and I started little. I sold like that. I'm a type of person that whatever job is a job. Not like there's no what you say that
No career.
No, 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 no. There's what is the word that I'm looking for? There's no such a job that is like disrespectful to yourself. I want to put it like that. Like
Okay.
I'll do anything. I'll do
Right.
whatever until I get to a point that you know what, this is my job. This is what I want to do. Let's go from there. So I started selling windows. I do remember a Wendy's. I tried it, but I was like, I'm not going back to that because I when I was like 16, 17 in New York City, I worked for McDonald's, and I was like, this is not my job. So
Yeah.
I tried selling windows. I tried selling tires. I used to work for this company that sell like shredded tires, like the vehicles tires. You shred
Yeah.
them, you sell the rubber, right? I did. I also work for this company that like does the painting for stadiums. So that type of painting is way different than regular painting that we have around because you have to burn this paint so it can take the color and attach to the block, the cinder block, right? So it was a lot of chemical stuff. It was super dangerous, man. And until I got to the point that I work in this warehouse. It's called Unify in Pennsylvania. That's where I moved after the military. And in there, it took me a year to go from like a nobody to a manager because my work mentality was like, I gotta do this to get better. How much this? What else do I have to do? Oh, you gotta do this many packages because we used to grab all the main companies like Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club trucks. We divide their products and send it back to them. And it was amazing. And I worked there,
Yeah.
and I went pretty well.
What made you want to come back in?
There was so I don't know if you remember when Barack Obama wasn't president. He was kicking people out, right?
Yep.
I wanted to join because I was like, let me get another paycheck. I was gonna go National Guard. Let me get another paycheck to help out and plus benefits. And I was like, you know what, I want to join it. And then they told me in recruiting in Pennsylvania, it's like, yeah, we're not accepting no more people and mainly prior service. You cannot go back in. I'm like, it's fine. I mean, I would just want to try. A week later, the same recruiter called me like, hey, listen, we're doing $15,000 bonuses to join back in the military. I'm like, what? Yeah, I got you, man. If you want to come back and sign this contract, brother. I went reserve for 92 Foxtrot with Yankee, smaller repairs, and got a big ass bonus. And yeah, I did that for like 2 3 months, and that's when uh I did a transition to active duty because they were telling me like, yo, now prior service because we were still doing the kicking out people,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
still kicking out, but now it's like, you know what, they get rid of a lot of people. You look like a person that can do the active duty mindset because you already been active duty. So I talked to like the S1 in the reserve, and it's like, you want to join back in? I mean, there's contract now, and I was like, infantry, yeah, infantry. I'm like, hell yeah, go back
To the
to my
stomping ground.
yeah, to my fucking ground, yeah. So they did uh they did a part for that. I don't remember exactly how they do it before. There's a lot of fucking packages going together and like sending it
What
in
you wait? What year is this when you're going back in?
2014, 15, 14,
Oh,
15.
that's not that long of a break in service. 2 years.
No, no, no.
That's
It
not
was
bad.
like 2 years and some change of breaking service. But I did that because my wife was pregnant. Oh no, I'm lying. My wife already had a baby because my firstborn it was born in 28 January of that year. uh we had everything. I had all the benefit, not the benefit. I had medical, dental, all that for them, but things just started getting like rowdy because Barack Obama was doing a great job as a president, let's say. And yeah, I was like, I need to find more things around. Military was there to like help out, but it was not like, oh, I'm going to the military.
Yeah.
Once he called me, there was like a bonus. I was like, I mean, doesn't
You can't
sound
pass
bad.
up the bonus, dude.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, I was like, what, 15? Just to sign a paper? Hell yeah, sign me in, baby.
So how did you? How was the transition back in to active duty?
It wasn't bad. I already knew a lot of things. I went to Alaska, went for Windray. That's where they
Oh,
sent me.
I was there too.
Yeah, so I went to Fort Windray 2014, 2017, and the adjustment wasn't bad. The adjustment to the climate was terrible. I'm a hot weather person, brother. I
Right.
cannot
Right.
function in cold weather, brother. When I'm telling you I cannot function, I cannot function. But I
Yeah.
did my best to like do those things in Fort Windray. It was it was an eye opener in the sense of like how I going from a really good unit that I thought it was really good to a unit that is like terrible. I'm talking about that place. Those 3 years that I was there, in my 1 to 4, we had at least like 15 suicidal, because Alaska has this thing of like not having vitamin D, which is sunlight,
Yeah.
and depression was a big thing over there.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I was in the 125, the Apache unit, and
The cat. Oh yeah,
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 we
cat.
were dealing with the same stuff, dude. Like being the medical NCOIC, dude. It was like people were depressed left and right, dude. It was rough, man.
Yeah, when they showed me the first song, they gave me like a happy light when I was in my in processing. I was like, "What the hell is this?" I was like, "You're gonna need it." I didn't know. My boy, once I got everything, my wife
Yeah,
didn't go at the beginning with me because I had to do the paperwork for like EFMP and all, not EFMP, sorry, but the process for her to come
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Alaska. I was prepping myself, like I bought all the happy lights for the house, everything
Yeah.
around me, because it was a rough time. It was
Yeah.
very rough.
Were you still a specialist at this time?
Yes, I was a specialist. I kept my
Okay.
rank.
Yeah. And then after Alaska, where did you head to
I went to Fort Drum,
for Drum? And this is where you're
cold to
going.
cold.
Yeah, this is where you're going to Afghanistan too,
That
right?
was my first deployment to Afghanistan in Drum.
Yeah. And what was the difference between Alaska to Drum besides the weather, right? Like, what is the
Which
unit?
is,
The
do you know
unit.
what? Do you know what really got me is the humidity that what got me, because the weather Alaska was colder. In Alaska, I got -72. That was one of the worst training event that I had. It was like super cold. It was like 10 minutes outside, 10, 15 minutes inside of that tent or whatnot. But in Drum, it was the humidity. I remember it was like 9 degrees, and I'm like, it's not as cold as before as Alaska, but it was more of like, what's going on? Why my entire body's going numb, like I don't know where, but
Yeah.
it was terrible because we got rivers all over the place and whatnot, and it was bad, man. It was bad.
Did
The
they
trip,
have like a better culture though compared to Wainwright?
yes, it was more mature compared to Winray. It was more mature. Of course, you got those pieces of shit whatnot, but it was very more mature. That's where I learned like uh I got promoted in Alaska to E5. I came to New York, and nobody was there because everybody was in Afghanistan. So I was preparing myself because I told them like, yo, I want to go to Afghanistan. I don't want to miss the deployment. And my platoon sergeant at the time was like, yeah, you want to come? Yeah, there's a couple of things that we need from the company. You can bring it with you. It was like stupid things like target practice, and a couple of like magazines and like 2 or 3 like SIs. I was like, yeah, I'm down. So I cashed the last the last 6 months of the deployment. I cashed them. I want to say 5 months. The last 5 months, but in those 5 months, man, a lot of things happened, brother.
Yeah, I mean, 5 months is still a long time, dude.
No, I'm talking about like I got my CIB and everything over there. Like it was.
Yeah, it was on and rocking.
So we have the special force at 212. I want to say they were over there. We were doing a lot of guardian angel with them, and my first firefight with them was on this place. I don't want to butcher. I don't even remember exactly the name of it, but I was in the top of my mountain with them with Chinook in there. We Chinook around, I want to say 12:01 in the morning, and we staged ourselves. I remember we before we Chinook, of course, we had to stop in the special forces for the Afghanistan forces compound. We were like talking to everybody how many people we're gonna get with us, because there was only like Bravo, Charlie, the Zulu, the Alpha, the XO, and there was another Bravo. It was like 6 of them, and there was 3 of us for Guard Angel. I remember I grabbed a dude that already been with them. They already been outside and has experience, because at the time I don't have CIP or nothing, but this dude already was outside. He knows the things. And I took another dude. There was another E5. I was like 2 people with experience and somebody that knew like the area. They being outside with the special forces, right? And I was like, okay, let's get it. So I put the he was a specialist at the time. I told him like, yo, you can help the Charlie, the Echo, sorry, because he's the radio guy. You can help the Echo with the radio and whatnot, because he had a radio that was talking straight to the Pentagon and everything. It was wild. And this dude is helping the Echo, and me and the other 85, we in the front line with the Afghanistan SF, just looking at this village. Do you remember when you got out?
I got out 2020.
Okay, so do you remember 2018 time frame when there was a Ranger bat that went to Afghanistan and one of them got shot in the face?
Okay.
There was it was big. It was in the news. Like they went to do a raid, and one of the Rangers guys, like he got shot and died. And Ranger Patel was furious. And
Yeah.
SF, I don't think that got told in the news or whatnot, but SF went out there to like do more show of force. But that show of force turned into a really really bad firefight. So that village was where we were at. But
Yeah.
at the moment, I knew that we were going there, but I didn't know that we were already in the village because we were far away. And I'm talking about like I can see the whole village from up there.
Yeah.
Uh, there
So
was
you're in like RC East, or where you at?
yes, east. I was
Okay.
east.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes,
Go
that
ahead.
was east. But it was east northeast. I want to say it was a very cool area. So we were there. I was in the front line looking at everything, and I remember it was like 9, 10 in the morning when I started hearing all the cracks, man, and it was bad, brother. That was my first experience of like getting shot at and all that. And I was like, what is going on? Like when I'm telling you, like everybody thinks about like, oh, you're getting shot at, you might die. You cannot think about any, like for me specifically, when I got my first crack in the air of like the bullets like breaking
The sound barrier.
the sound barrier,
Yeah.
I went I went I went focus mode. I couldn't even think that I had kids. I couldn't even think that I have a wife. I couldn't even think about we're gonna go back home, do anything. I was thinking about like where am I do that, who's around me, what's in front of me. That's what I like. I completely blind the entire planet and just like it was like I can see the village and everything else was black. That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
into it. And it was bad. I remember before we went to the place, the Bravo took me to their arms room areas and he told me like grab whatever you want. And that was about the first time that I saw Mark 48. I was like, what the hell is that? It's like it looks like a 249, but it had the barrel is like huge. And he's like, yo, you want that? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want that. If we're gonna go, hell yeah, I want that. And I grabbed that, and I remember I got to that. I grabbed myself. I grabbed 2,000 rounds, and I gave another 2,000 rounds to the other E5. And
Yeah.
we went down there, and at that moment, then we start seeing like where the rounds coming from and all this, and that's when we started getting, returning fire and shooting fire and all of that. And that firefight went, I want to say 36 hours.
Damn, dude. Hey, how did y'all get selected to do that? Like the little group
It
that
just
you had.
so funny story. But we're the only one that haven't got out.
Oh, okay.
I got there. Everybody else already got their CIV. Everybody
Oh, so
already
it was
went
like a
out.
rotation or what?
No, not at all. It was just like, who hasn't gone out? I haven't gone out. Okay, you're going out. That's it. And you're going with these guys and prepare yourself. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Yeah, we went out there.
Damn, dude. This sounds like a pretty intense battle, man. Like,
Yeah, it went there, dude. I'm telling you, we had the C-17s, dude. There was the Apache with Hellfire, everything. I can tell you because when I got back, my boy was telling me, I think he's still in Hawaii. Pretty cool dude. I love that guy. He helped me out to fucking pass my E6 board because I did my E6 board in Afghanistan. Um, he told me that in the first 30, not even in the first 25 minutes, we killed 80, around 80 Taliban's.
damn, dude.
Yeah, we were shooting everything, man. Everything was going down there because I remember the Echo was like, now they're gonna pay for everything they did. I remember him on the sides like we're gonna give him everything. We dropped two Apaches with Hellfire in there, and we did AC. There was an AC 130 just like running around us the whole 36 hours,
Yeah.
just on top of us.
What was your thought process like them compared to like Iraq fighters?
How can I put it? So they were not focused so much on us, even though we were there to be problem for them, and they knew that they needed to get rid of us. Behind them, there was a mountain, and the only thing that was behind that mountain was ISIS. It was ISIS compound.
Yeah.
So mind you, this Taliban is fighting with us, but at the same time, he's paying attention. They know ISIS come around it because them and ISIS they don't get along at all whatsoever, and it was crazy. So we have ISIS behind us. We're fighting Taliban, and Taliban is fighting us. And the only thing that divide between Taliban and ISIS was this Afghani police gate that the police is, they already sold. But I don't know who has the police there. But it was they're more aggressive in Afghanistan, definitely more aggressive, because they were like 1-on-1 instead of like in Iraq. There's like shoot something and go away.
Yeah.
Well, at least for what I saw in that specific moment, they were down to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. And so did you spend the rest of the 5 months with those guys, or like how did that go? Like you guys were there for
So
like a
so
month
yeah,
or what?
yeah, no, no. So we finished the fight. Everything happened. Chanu came, picked us up. Everybody was like, "Fuck, what just happened?" And we went back. I remember I got back. I sit down in my bed. I was like, "Shit." Took a shower. Uh, Fuck, I fall asleep without. I didn't even realize that I fell asleep until I woke up. I was like, "What the hell?" But no, yeah, we did spend the rest of the time being guardian angels for that specific group, and I did a couple more missions. It was like not like that, but they were more like, "Oh, I gotta drop this to this Iraq Afghanis military that they need help." We dropped some memories. I did another. Oh, we gotta grab this other Afghanis military. They need to do a training to this other compound, and just those type of mission. Like I had to like be in the C-130, ensuring that these people don't touch anything. Just things like that. Pretty much guarding everything all around. But that specifically mission is because what happened to that ranger dude in the ranger battalion.
Down.
Yeah.
Oh man. And how are you feeling at the end of this deployment? Like you want to continue the army, or you're like, I kind of my life almost freaking ended
No,
at this 36-hour thing.
100%. As I mentioned before, I think it's either I'm stupid or I don't know what the fuck am I doing, but I'm adrenaline junkie, man. And I'm telling you, that moment right there when that was my first time that I felt anything like that, like that focus, like that big grinding focus. My mindset was like, yeah. And then after that I came back to my senses in the same fight. I came back to my senses, and I was able to like see more things, and that black around me just went away, and I know that I'm in Afghanistan. I know that I have family and everything. That's when adrenaline kicked in, and I'm like just laughing, and I'm like enjoying myself now at that moment. So I did enjoy myself. I loved it. I was like, hell yeah, let's keep going. Like after the deployment, I was like, fuck yeah, and I signed another contract. I signed in the same Afghanistan. I signed a 6-year contract to
Oh
go.
what?
No, I'm sorry, another 3-year contract. I signed another 3-year contract to go to airborne unit, and that's when I went to 82nd.
Oh wow. So with the 82nd, that's when you went to the Iran conflict, and
Hmm.
then you went to the
Hmm.
Afghan pullout too, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you're going to like one of the pristine army units, So like
They
that's
call
what
it. They call it
So
like that.
yeah, what is your first impression when you get to the 82nd, man?
So to finish up, drum, I spent like a year and a couple months in there because
Yeah.
6 months in deployment. I went September 2017 to August, because July August, that's when I get back. I went back. No, I'm lying. Yeah, August. That's when I got to 82nd. July August, and the deployment of Afghanistan was right then and there. I can tell you this: 82nd has a lot to offer. It's a very very strong airborne. We are one different military than the regular of the other units. It has a lot of strong mentality people. I'm not lying to you. There's a lot of people in there that I met that I was like, fuck, you're more than the army. Like you're doing too much for yourself here. Like like the army doesn't deserve somebody like you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of all those people I met over there, and there's a lot of them they really realized that, and they went out and they're doing amazing outside of the world. I'm talking about like finished their master's degrees, they're doing corporation people that already started their own business. I'm talking about like really really strong people I met there. What pissed me off about the 82nd, I'm gonna be straight up because I didn't enjoy. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I didn't enjoy myself in the 82nd. What pissed me off about the 82nd, their tempo is trash in the sense of like there's too much going on at once. You know, you had to, as soon as I got there, I had to catch on. I'm not talking about like, I'm trying to get this. I want to do my Y sleep. I want to go to Jam Master. I want to do more school. I want to do my own college. I want to get my family situated. I want to do a lot of things. There was like, as soon as I went to the 82nd, it was running the whole time. I never stopped running. I never stopped running. And I got to a point that my brain got wasted. Like I wait, like completely like exhausted. I was like, my God, there was too much going on. Always, there were always too much. I'm talking about like we went red face. We did probably a white face straight to red face, and at red face 2 3 weeks of like get yourself situated, straight red face. I'm gonna tell you this. I got there August September. There was a little trying to how can I say this? They were trying to like fix themselves because they just finished a deployment in Afghanistan, which it was a really bad deployment. They lost a lot of people.
What
One
year
of
was
my
this?
2019. They finished in 2018 deployment from Afghanistan, and 2018 beginning 2018. That's when they came back,
Yeah.
and they were trying to situate themselves. New people's coming in, but other people's getting out, and it was a really bad deployment. Actually, I had a friend of mine. He's staff sergeant butler. He's right now in OC, and he's going to become a lieutenant now. He's doing school. I'm gonna talk to him about you, so you can like have a conversation with him, because he's about specifically the deployment they had before, because he went there like he he was part of like, it was bad, man. It was bad. He lost a lot of really good friends with over there. But they were trying to situate themselves, and I'm like going crazy, and like what's going on. And at the same time, I had to settle myself.
Yeah.
And September, October came by. We went out to do a training. November, December came by, and it's like we finished training, go on leave, because in January we're gonna start training again. Well, guess what? Iraq, when you remember when President Trump just took power, when Iran was like trying to mess up with us,
Yeah, yeah.
Green Corvette, baby.
Yeah, you know, you're the only other person that was in the 82nd. What do y'all call it? Green what?
Green Beret, Green Corvette.
Green Corvette. Yeah, y'all are the GRF guys, right?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
went. I went straight to Taji at that moment. I'm talking about like that was the 18-hour thing that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
So I remember it was a 31st December 31st. I went to sleep because the kids were already sleeping and whatnot. At this time, I have all my three kids already, and I went to sleep to a phone call saying, "Hey, you gotta get ready. We had to go to Iraq." And I'm like, "What?" So as I'm getting ready to go to Iraq, New Year happened. We went to the C-130 to the other side of the world, and another New Year happened over there in the air. It was crazy
Yeah.
because we went back in time and shit like that. It was funny. It was funny to
So
say that because
so
all the privates. Huh?
kind of paint the picture of like what you're being told about going to Iraq on this one. Like what is
Uh,
happening?
so
So Trump, with Trump and Iran, they're talking
yeah.
shit back and forth, and then
So at
like
the beginning,
yeah,
let me explain. Let me see how much I can pay this picture because there was not so much information. So we're told that something's happening in the world. That's the first thing they say. Something is happening in Iraq. We have to go. That's the only thing that we get told. I tell my wife, babe, I don't know what's going on. I know something out there is happening, but we have to go because I remember the tension was already happening with the that general the Trump killed at that time.
yeah.
The Iran general that was
Was
like
it Alper Bakati or something like that?
yeah yeah, that guy that was in charge of all the missions that killed like a lot of Americans.
Yeah.
He got killed. Then they put the new general that just got killed too. The other day, I forgot his name. Whatever. So the point is like they tell us, hey, Green Corvette, get yourself situated, come back to base. I tell the wife, hey, listen, don't tell nothing to the kids. I'm gonna go see what's going on because I don't know much. But if I come back, you already know. When we get over there to the base, it's like packing list, get it ready. And I'm like, fuck. I'm talking. Look, I'm in pajamas. I'm in pajamas trying to get my uniform together. I put on my uniform, everything's set up. I'm getting my shit together. I tell my team leaders, yo, make sure that your privates are good. Grab all the fucking SI, all that shit. We getting ready. PCs, PCIs. And then I'll go PCs, PCIs myself. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna fucking go because something might happen. So the local news in North Carolina went over there to film us. I remember I am one of those videos in the news after I grab my ammo. That like the first load of ammo is like 2 magazines they give you, so you can like get there and whatnot. And so I don't follow news. But at that moment, I didn't follow news. I didn't like to be in that tension and whatnot. I just like just watch my YouTube and my pockets and whatnot. And I see the news is there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm still in the mindset, okay, I know I'm going to go to Iraq. Something's happening in the world, but I don't know exactly what's going on. So we are blinded all the way through the whole process until we get to Taji and then explain to us Iran is talking shit and they training us again, like they always been training us about chemical warfare and all that shit. And I'm like, damn it. So we had to go there to show force. And
Yeah.
still like they're like throwing all nonsense. And Trump, as we got there, that's when he did the go ahead for the mission to kill that general. The general got killed, and that's when Iran sent the ballistic missile. They killed the Canadian airplane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All that shit happened. And I remember the funny shit. Like to me, it's funny because they sent like how much? I think it was like 10, 15 ballistic missiles. They sent. I don't remember how many it was. I do remember that First Sergeant Geary at the time. Love First Sergeant Geary, by the way, amazing guy. He was in Sergeant Major's Academy when I was doing battle staff and at the beginning of this year. Um, he said everybody go to a bunker, and I'm thinking to myself, a bunker which is just concrete and sandbag on top. How the hell is that going to stop a ballistic missile?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Some shit that would create a
And
whole crater in the ground. And I'm
yeah.
like, you just like want us to die just once. But that was me mentality. That's just me thinking. I saw everybody just like I saw the reality of people right then and there because I remember myself. I'm inside of the bunker just looking forward because I have a lot of privates and I'm a staff sergeant. I'm a squad leader at the time, and I'm just ensuring that everybody's like, just being a dad. That's mine. Just being a dad, right? And I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, damn. And I remember a specific. There's a dude. I forgot his name. He was there, and I remember that before all this, I used to talk to him because I was trying to meet everybody in 82nd, and he told me like I'm an atheist, man. I don't believe in Jesus. I'm a
Yeah.
Christian of raised, but I don't preach. I don't want no people to like because in the military you know how it is. But I'm a firm believer that God is everything to me. And I remember he told me one time, like, yeah, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in none of that shit. You can go ahead with your God and whatever. I'm like, cool. And I remember specifically that dude, he was sitting down and he was praying for his life. Like, yo, I remember he's saying, if you believe in this, if you're really alive and you're really real, please let us go out of this. I remember him, that atheist. I was like, that's when in my head I was like, yo, this shit is fucking real.
Yeah.
The process, the scariness, the focus in my head, I already had experience before, so I know how to handle it more. But it was a really vivid moment for me. It was very vivid, understanding that there's some ballistic missiles in the air that might hit us, might not hit us. We don't know what the hell's going on. Everybody was alert. Everybody was like, ow. I remember it was like 10, 15 hours of like everybody like go to the positions and whatnot, and it was very, very vivid, bro. Like I got chills just thinking about it because I was
Yeah.
like, I
Survival
can
mode.
do nothing. Yeah, I like because you can do nothing. You just wait for impact. That's it. And it
Yeah.
was fuck, man.
How long were you guys out there?
We went there for 4 months. I remember we went there December 31st, and we came back. No, 2 months. It was like February, March. That's when we got back.
Oh, damn. And then you guys get back to COVID.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Straight to COVID, bro. I do remember it was amazing because we came back, everybody quarantined. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm going crazy trying to see my kids and my wife, and it's like everybody quarantined. I remember there was a spot in the 82nd. They put us there because there was COVID shit happens. And I know people that came back and they stayed there for like 2 more months. They weren't able to see not even the light. I was like, damn, bro. It was
Yeah.
bad, man. It was terrible. It was
How long?
terrible. People was
How long
pissed.
are you guys doing that like GRF mission?
Forever. Like is so 82nd now is a non-deployed unit. It's just QRF, well GRF.
Well, okay. So as I like, let me rephrase this. Like every battalion, do they take a turn or what?
Oh yeah, damn. Uh, every 6 months, ah man, I don't quote me. I'm gonna have to chat GPT that. I don't remember. It's like every six or 8 months. I don't remember quite well, but
Damn, man.
every battalion takes a turn.
I was gonna say, man, because and then you do that GRF, and then you go straight into
Training rec cycle.
yeah.
And it's not like red, white, blue. No, it's just completely red until next year. It's trash. I'm telling you, that place destroyed me. That place was the first time that I felt back pain and knee pain, and I'm a very stretchy person. I can stretch pretty well. I have a high energy. I'm very well physically talking
It's a
about. You know what I'm saying?
stress.
But bro, that place stressed me. There, I'm telling you, I was getting bald in the back. I was getting a bald spot, and I have a lot of hair, bro. And I'm 35. I have a lot of hair, and like I'm dude, yeah, that place. My wife's like, "You going crazy? You going ball in the bag?" And she start putting all the, you know how wife are. Many
Yeah.
Hispanic wife, they find all the things around. Like, let me put this in here to get you better. I'm like, I'm just stressed. Women, relax. But it was rough. It was rough. And
And
after that, not only COVID. Remember the Capitol when Trump was getting all
yeah.
bashed up? We went
Mm.
there. That was another. Oh, that was another call out. Here I.
Y'all went there.
Yeah, and we sleep in we sleep in the what the hell is the name of that base over there close to the White House?
Fort isn't it
Fort
like
Lee. Fort Lee. Fort Lee?
Fort
No.
Lee? There's Fort Meade.
Fort Meade.
Yeah.
Right there in the White House. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of the base. But we went there. We stopped. The Secretary of Defense went to see us at the time. I remember. I don't remember well. His name was Huge. I don't remember his name. He went there. He said, "Thank you for everything you guys doing. You guys are just here because the National Guard is outside with the people. If you need more help, you guys are there to help us out." I remember the Secretary of Defense, the 4-star general of what was the name?
That's not General Mattis, is it?
No, 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 no. There was a 4-star general. He was not the general of the army. It was somebody before him. Fuck, I forgot his name. He's gonna kill me. He's probably retired right now. He don't give a fuck. He was there. He say hi to us. He grabbed all the squad, a lot of squad leader. He grabbed and is like, "Yo, bring me your soldier." I brought my soldier. It's like, "Hey, what is the best thing about just there and squad leader?" I remember Sergeant Chickle. He got out of the army. It's pretty amazing dude. Super high energy dude like me too. He talked shit about me like in a good sense, and he gave me this 4-star general gave me a comb, but I gave it to another soldier that thought that it's like it was a really good soldier, and like it was amazing. It was amazing vibe. It was amazing vibe.
Damn,
But
dude. So you
we
did
went
that in
there.
January, huh?
Yeah, so we came back, and I think that happened March,
January.
April. No, it was after that.
The
It was
Capitol thing?
the capital thing. It was like March, April.
You're talking about the January 6th, right?
No, no. So after Iraq,
Oh, okay.
that we came back, that all the Iran shit happened.
Okay, yeah.
We
Okay,
came
I'm
back,
getting
and
confused.
I'm
Yeah.
talking about March, April time frame. The capital popped up because Trump was like being Trump, and people didn't like it, and everybody would start rioting on him. So we got called to go over there, and all that happened. We sleep in this gym, basketball gym shit. We slept there for like a week, and then we came back to 82nd. It was shit.
Damn, dude. That was man. You had a rough time with 82nd, dude.
And not just that, well, we were in the QRF, whatever GRF, and then the whole year passed of just like training. I went to NTC 2 times. I went to JRTC like a couple of times, and then Afghanistan happened. That was the other QRF.
Yeah.
It was back to back to back, man. I couldn't. I'm telling you, I was going bold. I was like going stressed the hell out, bro. There, that was
Where
2019 to 2022 was the worst year of my career, man.
and you're a staff sergeant during this time too, so you got a lot of responsibility and shit.
Yeah, no, 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 definitely. Yeah, we are. I'm waiting for my number to pop up. The army is like taking their time, but yeah, no, I'm KD completed. Just my assignment completed. I'm waiting on this. Having a
That's
couple of issues with EFMP. So because I actually was sent to a non companion tour, non dependent tour to Korea.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go now on January 10th, but I'm trying to like get that order deleted because my FMP was a problem. But now my FMP is fixed, so hopefully they can be like, yeah, you can stay with your family.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Afghan pullout, man. Like,
Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like so you do your NTCs, you know what I mean, and you get the what the green Corvette call again,
Yeah, Green Corvette. And
and
I knew exactly what it was because the Marines were already over there
yeah,
and all that shit was happening. And at this time, I don't watch news, but I'm pretty, I have X and I have Instagram, and I have people in there in Instagram. They're like pretty well rounded, and what I knew the day of like we got the green Corvette. I was in Walmart with my family. We were doing grocery shopping, and a lot of people was calling, yo, Afghanistan is going crazy, Afghanistan going crazy. They stopped all the flights in Afghanistan, all the flights, everything. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Everybody's getting out of there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, one of my friends told me like, yo, be ready, we might fucking go to Afghanistan. Like an hour later, green Corvette, bro. I was like, wow, this guy jinxed the fuck out of this. Well, you son of a bitch. We got a green Corvette, and I told the wife, damn, babe, I'm going to Afghanistan. Oh, my wife is a very strong woman.
yeah, she sounds like it, dude. Yeah,
She's, oh my God, she's the strongest woman I know. And she told me straight up, like, hey, feet on the ground, let's go. And she put her hand in my bag. It's like, I'll pray for you the whole time. The kids, of course, they're kids. Like my oldest one was 4 years old, and the other two was like 1 and 2 years old, so they don't know much. But yeah, man, I went back home, dropped the groceries, grabbed my bag. At this time, I'm ready because I knew some shit was gonna happen soon. So I grabbed my bag and I was like, deuces.
yeah. And
Straight.
how does like GRF work like as the squad leader? Like obviously, are you still squad leader at this time or no?
No, I'm not a squad leader no
You're
more.
a platoon sergeant? No, at the during the
So,
Afghan pullout.
so at the pull out, no, yes, I was still a squad leader. That was my last year as a squad leader, like for KD
Yeah,
completion.
yeah,
So yes, I was a squad leader. So how it works is like me, I have to be there to present, like to grab everybody else and like put in news. Like, listen, this is what's gonna happen. This is what we need to do. So I'm telling people what to do. I'm disseminating information, disseminating roles for everybody, and the same thing. Just a squad leader job to like ensure the team leader is tracking what needs to happen and all the things that I want to see before shit happens. And that's exactly what we did. But again, we were already ready because me specifically, I knew that some shit was gonna happen in the next 2 months. So I
yeah.
was like, let's make a bag per team and per per two people, let's say, and like let's be ready for anything that happens. And
Right.
then the platoon sergeant is like, now every squad has a team bag and blah blah. But I was like specifically like for every two people, I want to have a bag ready for anything to happen at any moment because we still got to do training anyways. So
Right.
we had that, and we had to like we went when we got the green Corvette, we got called. We went to the unit and we went to the company area, and yeah, we people was just start getting ready. I started doing my PCs, PCIs. I would in my head, I'm like again and again and again, like fuck, man, what is happening to me? Like,
Are you being
I'm
told like you guys are gonna evacuate everybody, or what are y'all being told?
no, not none of that was told. So people got information what's going on. People was saying like we're gonna fire the Taliban because they don't let the embassy in Kabul in the airport get out of there because it wasn't Kabul. That was Kabul.
Right.
And to other people saying like no, some other shit's happening, or like no, some other soldiers are getting like they're getting pinned out, they're getting attacked, but nothing about like pull out. Nobody knew about the pull out until we got there when we had a conversation with the Marines. That's when everybody's like, yo, we need to get the hell out of here. I'm like, oh, so this is happening.
Yeah. So what's it like when you first get over there?
Trash. Oh, so we take the C-130, right? That was the famous 18 hours from like the moment from the moment that I got called
Yeah.
to the moment that I set foot on there and the airport tarmac. It was 18 hours fully. And that's when the word got known of like, yo, United States has the power. Like the Russia was talking about it, China was talking about it, Taiwan, everybody that had like conflict or non-conflict or really good friend with us. Israel was like, yo, we got the best friends and whatever because United States, you know. But it was from the moment that we got the call to like we got to the airport to the fucking, you know, the airline,
The tarmac or
the
whatever. Yeah.
tarmac. It was 18 hours. It was insane. And one of the craziest things that really got me, because we didn't get told this. My sergeant major at the time was tracking that we were like the C-130, the C-17. No, it was a C-17 that we got there. We were getting shot at with missiles and everything as we are in the air, and he didn't tell nobody, and we were just sleeping and like laid down and whatnot, and
Yeah.
we were getting smacked in there, and he's like, I didn't want to tell nobody so nobody can get, you know, frustrated. Like, you know, keep the tension down, which is a good move from him. And when we got back, he said that to us like, yo, what the fuck? Like we could have died like a long time ago. Like we didn't know this. But we landed, we did a combo landing to the Eshkaya. And it was crazy because I do remember like as the C-17 is going down, everybody's floating because we're like nose down, brother. Like we would like going down as hell because that we were not able to get down there because there was too many
Yeah.
like rounds all around. So we got to the tarmac, we landed, everybody's getting out. We trying to get ourselves situated. That's when we met with the Marines. They're like they had a security area which was close to the embassy, and they let us go to this part where we had the civilians compound so we can find some place to sleep. And as soon as we got there, the Taliban already knew that we got the United States was there, so they plussed up their forces. So I would say 2 hours after we got there, we went to a fucking 36-hour security throughout the whole airport. um it was rough, man. It was rough. I got to a point that I was just seeing things, bro, because I wasn't able to sleep at all. I was
Yeah.
like awake for like 30 plus hours. It was so
How do you during the deployment? Obviously, you can't really like you're just on survival mode. That's why I tell people
yes.
like on deployments, right? We're having fun, you know, like people die and then like 2 weeks later we're laughing again, and it's like because we're on
Yeah, yeah.
survival mode. But like now that you've had time to look at it and stuff like that, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I'm just trying to talk about it in the moment. Like, how did you feel about it? Because of like you were already there before, you know?
Yeah. So this time it was more. I was able to have more control of myself because the area that we were in, it was like very Americanized. You know, it's very American like. There's not like mud and like none of that because we're inside of the airport, and it was very well. The airport is pretty cool. I'm not gonna tell you, it's
Yeah,
pretty big. It's fucking big. It's nice. It's nice, and I can tell you, it's like the fact of like knowing where I am. I was thinking more like, let me get these people back to their family instead of myself. That's what I was thinking. I was able to control what was around me more. You
yeah,
know, I was I was I was pretty well in my food down there.
yeah,
I was settled.
yeah. And you guys are like pulling like guard on the towers and stuff like that, right?
So my company specifically, we were more in like patrolling mode. Like
Okay.
we have area specific area that we have to like not show force, but like be careful of anything happen. So the first 36 hours, just like I'm up because I cannot sleep, and I do remember the breakout of the gates. Abbey, the famous Abbey Gate.
Yeah,
That's when everybody started coming rolling through the airport because they broke into it, and that's when the 36 hour turned into like freaking 48 50 hours. And at this moment, that's when we start doing shift, because I was like, yo, these people that we cannot. So I remember I had a couple privates that like, yo, go to sleep and remember to fucking come replace me because I'm about to fucking drop right here. I'm just gonna walk and just fall asleep. And everything started breaking in. I do remember the worst moment on that. and there's a lot of things that happened, and we can talk about it. The worst moment it happened in the first light of the next day because we were already up. The Once we landed, 2 hours later, we went in patrolling. I remember my captain in my squad and two of my squad and my platoon. We went into a patrol, and the morning was coming up, the sun was rising, and the gate got open, and everybody started shooting in, trying to come back to the United States and whatnot. And that's when, because the mission wasn't the evacuation. The evacuation happened because Joe Biden, at the time that we were over there, they think all the things that happened, and then he knew there was a lot of American people. He wanted to bring it back with him, right? So all
Right.
of that got changed in that process. But the first couple hours of the morning of the next day, I saw this family. Sorry, man. So I saw this family, and I'm looking at the dad, and he's showing me a United States passport. I'm like, okay, he's American. I'm seeing the wife that has a baby. I seen a kid, and I see this daughter. They look just like my daughter, brother. I'm talking about light skin, long hair, skinny. Like my whole world broke, bro. Like I was not myself there. I can tell you, I turn around, I look at my platoon sergeant. He's like, keep going. And I'm like, shit. Like in my head, I'm doing, keep going. I'm trying to force myself to turn around and continue, because we have this whole bunch of people coming in. But like my body completely like went all over the place. It's like a random feeling going through my body. Just when I saw this little girl, man, I was like, yeah, what the fuck, man? And that's when everything started. The more time that happened, the worse and the worse and the worse that it got from there, bro. What I'm telling you, like, fuck, dude. Going to that moment, like, it doesn't really bother me. It's just like it gives me goosebumps again because I don't know. Again, you go to the deployment, you don't know if you're coming back or whatnot. But
Yeah.
seeing that girl at that moment, I don't know where she is to be, and I don't know if she made it back to us. And because there was a lot of people that I saw, there a lot of kids, a lot of little girls, man, that you don't you don't really know what happened to them. That would kill me, bro. Because I thinking
Right.
to myself, like, what was if it was me? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
For
my
sure.
family, and my daughters, and my kids, bro. That moment broke me the fuck down, bro. I'm telling you, it broke me down. But then PSE again, I said, was telling, yo, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I came to my senses, and I turned around and I was trying to help this family to go to that place, and then I let them go. Like I go there, I told them like, there's a red building over there, go over there. That was the embassy, and that's when they were doing the process of like getting people out here. And then that's when everything went worse. So at the beginning, we have like this pile of people. I was gonna say like maybe like 600 people, almost 1,000 people. Another gate broke down and people started jumping the fences. And have you seen the movie World War Z?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just imagine that you're like a mile away from the zombies, and just a whole bunch of people just running all across the fucking tarmac.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, yeah, we have to take care of this. Like, it's impossible. Mind you, we were a battalion minus in 82nd, and the Marines were like a battalion super minus because you know how small they operate.
Yeah.
And I would say like 600 to 800 soldiers with against 120,000 people, because that was the last number that we got told that we got out of.
So you guys actually, so like, there's that famous video out there, like the Afghans running on the runway,
Yeah.
and they're like on the plane and shit. And y'all guys were there when that was happening and stuff, right?
So I don't know.
Like,
I don't know which one it is, but if you see this, if you watch the video, I am there. Like they passed me. The dude that is recording is one of the soldiers that are in 82nd with me in my company. He was recording everything. So I'm in that video. I don't know if you can. I don't know which one you're specifically talking about, but I remember that video. Yes, and that was way that at that moment. That's like 3 days after.
damn.
That's like
So like you just guys got a bunch of Afghans like trying to break into the airfield
not
leave.
only Afghan. I'm talking about Afghan, Germans, freaking Canadian people. Well,
Yeah.
Canadians, they're like they have family in Afghanistan and they go there. But there was a lot of things happening, bro. There was a lot of people, and a lot of other countries is trying to help us. I'm talking about like Russia airplanes went to grab people. Turkey airplane. Germans, of course. What was the other country?
Like Israel or anything?
Well, Israel, of course. They send a military airplane to grab people to take them out. Like there was a lot of countries helping us out to get all those people out because they're just trying to get the Americans. They're like trying to evacuate from the Taliban because the Taliban, how they're ruthless. They don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys like? Are you guys seeing the Taliban like kill the civilians out there or anything like
We
that?
did,
Or
we did. So in the place that I live, they had behind me. They had like I don't know if you mind if I say this, but they have like little area where they fucking if you want to get out of Afghanistan, we will fucking end you right here. Like you have a chance. You stay here. You go with the Americans. There's
wow.
people that never made it out. There's people that did made it out because they don't talk to the Taliban. And yeah, that thing happened a lot. There was like I remember going to sleep like after like we got like after we got a system of shift and whatnot. I used to go to sleep with shooting and wake up with shooting. Go to eat with shooting. Everything every time every single day was like some type of shooting.
Yeah, it was just so like disorganized, huh? Like
It was very chaotic. It was very chaotic. We had to get there and have a system and yeah, man. That 4 to 5. I want to say 4 to a week later. That's the thing that happened with the Marines. I remember I was like,
there was a soldier there too, right? Or no?
huh?
I think there was like one soldier there too, right? With the Marines or something
No,
that
it
died with
was
those
14.
12
It
or
was
no?
14. It was 14 Marines.
Oh,
So I
okay.
do remember because we got off shift. There was one really, uh, you can call it friend. There was a person there who was a really good leader that I used to like listen to him, and he was a jump master. He survived because of cigarettes.
Yeah, he was taking a smoke break or something or what?
Yeah. He went to, he was supposed to be there with the Marines that died, and he went like, let me get a cigarette because he was stressed out. Of course, of course. I remember I was smoking I went outside to smoke a cigar, and I lay back in this chair that we had outside of the little area that we were sleeping up, and I just remember seeing the sun is like sunset, but the sun is on this side, but in front of me is like the big ass sunset, and I'm like, what the fuck? Boom! Then the fucking big explosion came through.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, and it was a vest,
a suicide vest, huh?
suicide vest, yeah. And 14 and the things that pissed me off because it was so chaotic, man. There was like nothing there because everything was like already dismantled and whatnot. Is the Marines, they were still alive until like Germany. I think it was the last person to die because they were just bleeding out.
How does this deployment like compare to the other ones that you're doing, right? So you've done do you have a very unique experience, right? You go to
There is
Iraq at the end of Iraq, right? Like it's I'm not saying it's chill, but it's like a lot more calmer than these.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then you go to like a hardcore Afghanistan. You're gonna go to Iraq to fight the Iranians, and then you're going here like where it's like a riot, dude.
Well,
Like you
but
know
the
what
thing
I
is,
mean?
let me remind you, when we went to Taji, we didn't follow nobody because at that moment, remember, we had to wait for Trump. We were in the point, dude. It was a big tension. Trump
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Remember when they went to like talk and one night, the Trump was coming out to let us know what was gonna happen with Iran.
Hmm.
And as he was coming out, I remember that we had the TV and the entire company's just looking at Trump like, what the hell is this dude gonna say? Are we gonna go to war or we're not? When I'm telling you that everybody, there was like a huge relief, not being pussy, but I was usually when he said like, we're gonna keep an eye on them, so we're not gonna go to like he didn't say we're
Right.
gonna just like we're gonna keep an eye and they will not have
Yeah.
chemical weapon. Everybody was like, it was
Yeah.
crazy because of that. But we didn't follow nobody. Things was happening in that area with Iran, yes, but we were more of like, if something happened, we are here, we're gonna go fight. And
Yeah.
we have people in Taji in Baghdad. We have people in Taji where I was. We have people in Baghdad, which is like I want to say it was Charlie Company was in Baghdad. Bravo Company was somewhere else in our. I don't know. There was like all around we were there just in case something happened.
Yeah.
That's why we were in the deployment.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my experience is huge, man. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I've been
Dude, I mean, you're even though
yeah.
the Afghanistan pullout evacuation, whatever you want to call it, I don't know how long were you there for?
In Afghanistan. In Afghanistan itself, it was 3 weeks.
3 weeks, and I mean, dude, that's that is a very significant moment in history, dude. Like you don't
dude.
people will never realize that.
They don't. That's the thing. Like 3 weeks, they felt like 3 years, bro. Like I'd rather go back to back with the deployment that I had before than
Yeah.
those 3 weeks. The reason behind it is because in those 3 weeks, everything that can go wrong was going wrong
Right.
every single day. That's the problem. People don't see that. Like we had a system of things how we wanted to go, but it was just like so fucking chaotic, man. It was very chaotic. It
Yeah.
was like people was stressed the hell out, dude. We have between the soldiers, like we had some dudes fighting with each other. I love them to death, but like it was so stressed out. People didn't know what to think about. We didn't know what the fuck is going on. I saw so many people. We saw those. Remember the C-130 that took those Taliban was like those
Yeah.
Afghans was like grabbing into it to go to the
Yeah.
second. I saw all of them when they drop up from the airplane. It's like the most weird thing in planet because I didn't know the human body can freaking bounce out of the fucking pavement. I saw that when he let go, they hit the pavement. He bounced like 8 feet and came back down. I was like, I didn't know we can do that, but I guess we do. But it's like, hey, we laugh, but hey, it's something that is it's a military. Thank you for having this military podcast because it's only us can understand that.
Yeah, well, I did it too because like I don't know if you listen to podcasts or whatever, man. Like the soft, the Navy SEALs, they kind of run the podcast world,
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, look at your experience, man. Like you've had one of the wildest experiences I've heard on the
dude.
show, dude.
I've been out there. The thing is, like, is my timing was like I didn't ask for this. It's just my
Yeah,
timing wasn't like God
right
put me
place,
like,
right time.
you need to go here, you need to go here. It was great. It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's a lot of more things in those like in. I mean, let me tell you, in Afghanistan specifically, we stole this fire truck from the fire truck in the airport. We named it Clifford and everything, and that's where we're doing our missions. Hey, we gotta go here. We grab Clifford. It was a big ass fucking red truck, a fire truck, and we go there. And you see like everybody on top of the red truck just fucking going crazy, like moving places,
yeah,
man. Because they were like there was no how to move ourselves. We had nobody that can like really help us out. We just knew that every single people was going to the places. So the general in charge of the 82nd, he did a lot of weird stuff at the moment. In the sense, not weird. Sorry, it was more like trying to help the United States and the Taliban like get together. He did very well in his role as a commander. There's many times that we went out the gate to meet with the Taliban's, and one of the first moment I had my team leader and his soldiers on my right side, and he told me, "Hey, Sergeant T, come back in the side of the connexes. Let me explain to you. So we went out of the gate of this area, the airport, right? We went outside Afghanistan now. Everything is mud, trash, and dead dogs in the streets. Shit show. After we walked, I want to say like a half a mile, this pavement road, there's another gate. The Taliban was waiting for us, and mind you, is the CG of 82nd with another friend of his. I don't know if you know his story. Is very secret guy. They go out of the gate to meet up with the Taliban's main guy, and we are back here trying to ensure that this dude, protect this guy. But he's doing his thing, and he did very well. He did very well because the Taliban really, really listened to him very well. But one of my team leaders is like, "Yo, Sergeant T, get out of that way," because there was like fucking Taliban's with RPKs pointing at me and everybody else, and it was like it was one of those moments of like, I have to trust that they trust us. You know
yeah.
what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
you're doing like a peace thing, right? Kind of.
Yeah, that's when that was like a week and a half after the beginning of the shit show, that they were trying to like give financial support, help the Taliban's out to let them get out of here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let the Americans go and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So the Taliban's like, okay, you guys can go, but make sure you fucking help us out too. So we were helping financially, big financially to them, and yeah, that was one of the moments that I was like, that I can at any moment. I don't need this dude want me dead. I know he want me dead because we kill his people, and I'm just out here. I'm like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
And how was it like leaving? You know what I mean?
Chaotic. We had to leave without them know that we're leaving.
Oh, so y'all
We
left
had to,
like in the middle of the night, right?
yeah. We it was like 1 in the morning, and you know how they are very religious. Like they wake up at like at 4 in the morning to pray, but they have to like sleep and be rested. So I remember we were the last Alpha Company Blackheart of 2504 was the last company with HAC, a couple of HAC people, scouts, that left Afghanistan because um, we had to be as quiet as possible. So we were in Afghanistan just like a company plus for like an hour alone with the CG with us, waiting for the C-17 to come pick us up so we can leave.
Damn, so y'all were the last company there.
The last one. We were the last one. I don't know if you've seen there was a army newspaper where the CG is the last person walking into
Yeah,
a.
I seen it. I
Yeah,
seen
I'm
the
the
photo.
well. You cannot see the picture, but the helmet like right in front of me, that's me. Yeah, I was like,
How
yo.
like how do you feel coming back into the States of what you just experienced? Because that's a super chaotic moment in history, dude.
So relief. There was a big relief because I was able to see my kids again. That was the main thing. Because at the moment I was more squad leader. I forget that I was dad. I was more squad leader mindset. When I came back home, it changed. Like I don't know. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can change my
Yeah, yeah,
mindset.
yeah.
And I just grabbed my kids and I was like, shit, babe, shit.
Yeah,
I told her everything that I saw.
the GWAT is over. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Quote, you
G
know?
D one
Yeah,
was over for sure.
yeah,
But so we still fuck man. It was a relief. It was like a relief, a stress relief. I'm talking about not a stress reliever. It's like I'm relieved, but I'm stressed at the same time.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to talk. And it's I don't know how to explain to you. It's very like I know what I want, but at the same time I cannot have it until something happens.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
How so? We're coming up on the end here. How or what would you say to the guys in your situation that have been through all this war and combat, and we're kind of transitioning over to this peaceful time?
I will say the same thing that I said to myself when I was in Afghanistan. It's like, hold on, it's almost over.
Yeah,
I will say that. Hold on.
you know,
Hold on to it.
a lot of our brothers and sisters, they still struggle with all this stuff, man. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right, man, when you say like it's almost over. Like,
It's almost over.
and
Yeah.
the
So one of the things I want to tell you about that is like I've seen a lot of people. Even one of the most famous part of the what happened in Afghanistan with the Marines. There's a Hispanic girl that died in there,
yeah,
and the parents they went hard. They went all the way to the presidency, and I think that's what it is. Like as this is gonna sound terrible, but it's like but I cannot. It's gonna sound bad, but I will try to explain myself. So if you hold on to like the bad things of the exactly what happened, you're never gonna let go. You're never gonna get you're never gonna go
yeah,
past through it. But I cannot say
100%.
that too much because it's a parents that love the kids. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is that you just gotta hold on, like
You know what
it's
I always say is like when I was in Afghanistan, dude, I was in the like, dude, I was just getting my ass kicked every day,
yeah.
and I used to say the same thing too. It's like this shit ain't gonna last forever, dude.
Hmm.
And like you said, don't focus on the bad part and focus on the good memories with your friends.
Hmm.
Granted, you're in a shitty place, right? Like I'm not taking it away from you, and I know that me and you, like other people, we've all been through that shitty situation.
Yeah.
But if you start dwelling on it, trying to
Hmm.
think that you can fix it or change it, is you're just not gonna work out for you.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's not gonna work out. It's rough,
Yeah,
and I can tell you, for being a just a regular army dude, what happened there, the things that I can say, the things that I cannot say is like, oh, dude, it's bad.
yeah,
It was rough. Not you have to have a strong mentality to like continue forward. There's a
yeah,
lot of people. There's a lot of people that will come comply, like go with like what I'm saying, like be happy, other people would be mad. But the thing is, like, these things need to be said for those people, because me, I mean, I'm the front, I'm in the front, like I'm past the front, the camera of the news that like seen from outside. Like I'm living every single thing. Like there's a lot of things that I saw there that then I saw the news, like, yo, that never happened, or like they're not even showing the right thing. They just
Yeah.
show whatever they want to show. Like as me, as living it, like everything that I was looking at, it was trash, man. It was very trash. The system
Yeah.
wasn't there. We trying to make a system, might have worked. I don't know, because like every day was even worse. But
Yeah.
we trying to keep it. We kept it as best as we could.
Yeah. And man, yeah, it's just, top. Obviously, you can't say a lot, right? Because you're still active and stuff like that. But like me, like I saw it pull out, and I was very upset for you guys, like the guys on the ground, right? Like my people, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, you can only do whatever you can do, whatever you're being told to
You
do
only,
during that
yep.
time. And we went over there, like you went over there twice, and I went over there once, and it seems like the people that we fought and died with, and it was like almost for nothing, and you're
That's
right. It takes a very strong person, dude. Like you need to have a good support system, man. Like your family.
yeah.
You need to
So
talk to people that been there.
that's the no, yeah. I have a lot of contact with the people that I went over there, and some of the Marines actually that was friend of my friend, because I have a couple friends that are Marines that they're friend of my friends. They're like, oh shit, you was over there too. Damn, that's crazy. Um, that's what kills me, man. That we put so much effort, and we train so much. We learn. We trying to be better for ourselves, so we can do good things for that country, and all the sweat and tears and blood that we did there for nothing. That's what kills everybody. That
Yeah,
killed me, killed my friends, killed my soul, everything, because
yeah,
everything was in vain.
yeah.
That's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, you're perfectly fine to say whatever you got to say, man. And
Yeah,
I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. And
100%, man.
do you have a? I really appreciate the fact that there's still warriors like you inside the army.
Yeah, like we had to keep a really positive mindset. Like with the experience that I have, I can tell you that there's a lot of people that have not seen anything, and I can sit down and like actually be like, listen, things are worse than what you think, but this is the way
Yeah,
that we can make it better.
yeah,
I
100%,
can I
dude.
can do that a lot, man.
Yeah. Well, man, I really appreciate the show. I really appreciate you taking the
One
time
hundred
out of
percent,
here.
man. 100%.
And thanks for everything you've done, dude. Thanks for continue serving. And
There
do
we are.
you have any questions for me or anything like that, dude?
No, I just want to say, man, I'm here until the army kick me out, I guess. No, I'm just saying, like I'm not. No, I'm doing college and trying to better myself. I had a couple rough not squalid time, but a couple rough E5 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Young and stupid, but other than that, I loved it. I learned from my mistakes. I learned from everything, and then I'm here to ensure that people can hear this and help out as much as I can, man. For real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother.
All right, Greg. Hey, thanks for all the good advice, dude. And
Thank you, brother.
thanks for going on the show, brother. Take
All right.
care.
Have a good one, bro.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. I know, like I said, people have multiple deployments, but this Afghanistan stuff really hit home for me on the evacuation or the pullout. And if you were in Afghanistan, if you served in Afghanistan, it kind of has like a different feeling. And if you have any emotions about it, or if you want to like, hey, want to vent about it or whatever, hit me up. And with that, we'll catch you on the next one.